Tiffany Stratton has broken her silence on the criticism, on the talk of her match with Jade Cargill at WWE SummerSlam. We are a few weeks removed from that match, and fans are still talking about it. Whether it is because of the finish, whether it was because of the match layout, the fact that WWE did not pull the obvious trigger of making Jade Cargill our women's champion, or the fact that they kept the belt on Tiffany Stratton. There's been a lot of debate, a lot of controversial hot takes around this match, which is ironic considering it only went about 7 minutes. And a lot of people thought, well, hey, Jade Cargill is going to finally get it done. She's finally going to become the women's champion. She's finally going to get her crowning achievement moment. Yet that did not happen. Instead, WWE, they decided, you know what, despite the fact that Jade Cargill been pushed like a rocket this year, coming back at the Elimination Chamber event after a hiatus because of a neck injury, feuding with Naomi, having one of the best feuds of the year, both on and off television, going over Naomi at WrestleMania, going over Naomi at Evolution. WWE decided, okay, we're going to make Jade Cargill the Queen of the Ring tournament winner this year. We're going to have her beat Asuka in the finals, yet when it comes down to it, when she steps into the squared circle against Tiffany Stratton under those bright lights with all the stakes on the line, we are going to throw a curveball at our fans. We are going to say, no, 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 no. We are not going to put Jade Cargill over. We are going to keep the strap on Tiffany Stratton. And that came to the surprise of many, including myself. I thought it was an absolute lock that Jade Cargill was going to win the women's championship, but that did not happen. Instead, WWE, they kept it on Tiffany Stratton, and to the surprise of many, Tiffany Stratton walked out as women's champion. Now, as a Jade Cargill fan, as a Jade Cargill believer, because I think she is a future WWE champion, I think she's a multiple-time women's champion, I think she's going to headline a pay-per-view event, I did not like this match, and I'm a huge fan of Tiffany Stratton. I think if you were going to throw the curveball and you were going to have Jade lose in a big time match, it would have been to Tiffany Stratton, because Tiffany Stratton has single-handedly carried this women's division this year at the very, very top. Okay, it was Tiffany Stratton and a bunch of nobodies, and then the Jade Cargill, Naomi, Bianca Belair type pairing, women's tag team title run. That was it. Okay, so Tiffany Stratton has done an amazing job. Now, Tiffany Stratton did a interview, okay, and she was talking about this match. She was on the Babyfaces podcast, and she said, I feel like we didn't have this insane life or death story going into SummerSlam, so I didn't feel like we needed, like, an insane 40-minute long match. I thought it was a very competitive match. It was fast. I think that that's all we really needed. So I'm really pleased with how my match went at SummerSlam with Jade Cargill. Okay. She added, going into SummerSlam, I was so nervous. It was my first SummerSlam event, so that alone was just nerve-wracking, but thankfully we pulled it through and I beat little Miss Jade Cargill. Okay. So let's break this down. Let's back this up. In regards to, was it a fast-paced match? Yes. I actually agree with her. And I think AEW is really, really bad about this, and other promotions are bad about this as well. And WWE, okay, let's just lump them all in together, where if you're at a PLE, a match doesn't need to go 20 minutes. Like, not every match needs to go 20 minutes. Not every match needs to go 15. Not every match needs to go 12. We can keep this dialed in and just one after another, and have it where the match is 7 minutes, 10 minutes long, right? At the most 12 minutes, if it's not a huge grudge match, okay? Because at the end of the day, should a Jade Cargill match in 2025 go 30 minutes, 20 minutes? No, she's very green, okay? The longer she's out there, the worse she's going to look. So you don't put her in those situations, right? You hide the weaknesses, you exploit the positives. And that's what WWE has done with Jade Cargill in 2025, and I commend them for doing that, because that's the right way to do it. The idea that this not being a grudge match, it was simply, hey, Jade Cargill earned this championship opportunity by winning a tournament. She beat countless WWE stars along the way to get to the spot. As a result of her hard work and of her success, she gets a championship match against Tiffany Stratton, who has been for almost a year a dominant champion, who has beat the who's who, defeated Charlotte freaking Flair at WrestleMania, to retain her championship, they don't need to have a 20, 30, 40-minute match. It's not a grudge match yet, right? They haven't even run back the rematch as of this recording. We don't even know when the rematch is going to happen. If there's going to be a rematch, they keep teasing it, but we don't know when it's happening. So yeah, I agree. You don't need to make it this long, drawn out match where it's plotting and it's slow because you're just trying to extend time. We don't need that. You get in, you get your business done, and you go out and you try to tell the best story possible. Especially if you're not having Jade beat Tiffany. Now, I can see the argument of, okay, this match needs to go a little bit longer because there's going to be a title change. We want to keep Tiffany looking strong, but we want to keep Jade looking strong, so we're going to go a little bit longer. Okay, I could see that. I can see how that would play out, but they didn't do that, right? Like, they kept it short to the point. Let's keep it moving. 100% agree with that. Jade Cargill did not go over. Jade Cargill lost. We move on. So I had no problem with it. I think if you look at it from, okay, where do we go from here? I don't know where we go from here. Like WWE, they keep teasing. All right, Jade, she might be doing something with the guy James and Julia. She might be doing something with Tiffany Stratton. We just don't know yet. Like, they're clearly telling a story with Jade. And I pitched coming out of SummerSlam, it's like, I don't know where exactly we're going with this. Maybe they felt like Jade needed more sympathy from the fan base, and there needed to be a little bit more connection if you're going to book her as a babyface. I said, you could. Like, there's two ways that you can tell this story. You can tell the story of the sympathy babyface Jade Cargill trying to scratch her way back up to the top. You can tell that story. It is a tellable story. And you can have her, do some on-off feuds, right? Get some wins, get some momentum back, go into Royal Rumble, have her win the Royal Rumble, have her win Elimination Chamber, go to WrestleMania, challenge for a women's title, and win the title there. You could do that. I'm okay with it, but I think the better route to go is just to turn her heel. Tiffany, she's basically a babyface as is. Let's keep her that way. Let's turn Jade. Let Jade be the hunter. Let Jade be the conqueror and go out there and absolutely smash Tiffany Stratton. That's the way that I would do it. Will they? I don't know. But if it's up to me, that's what I'm doing. I'm having Jade go out there and absolutely smash Tiffany. We'll see. We'll see if they end up doing that. But it will be very, very interesting to see what they end up doing. Let me know down in the comments area below. How do you think everything should shake out and play out with Jade Cargill?